everybody, and welcome to the Everything and Anything and a Big Gay podcast. I'm your host, Zach Randles Friedman, and this week back in the studio, guess who I have here?
It's me, Mandy. Or should I say
Mandy's-
single Mandy?
Still single Mandy. We'll give you an update on our
single Mandy.
on the dating situation at the end of the episode.
And this is going to be fun.
Today, I actually just got back to my home about an hour ago because I decided I wanted to go through round 2 of a laser face procedure that I did. I did this a year ago when I was living in Dallas, and I just did it again, and my face is beet red. There was a Sex and the City episode where Samantha went and got a chemical peel and ended up having a red face, and that's kind of what my face looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So when I took the T home, or the subway, whatever you want to call it, home after my appointment, I had a mask on because I looked very scary. And yes. And so what
I wish I could have been a fly on the wall for that.
Well, I had my glasses on and a mask on, so nobody knew who I was. I was very incognitoed.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And that's kind of what our episode is about today. So we're talking about the change that men doing these type of things to help with anti-aging or just self-care, men going to get manis and pedis and facials and massages and Botox and laser hair removal and all that. So we're going to talk about that and talk about like what I do, and then talk to Mandy about like what people in her area do in Alabama, the men. So for me, I think it's important to do self-care.
I think self-care is very important.
And I think it's also really important to do things that make you happy and that make you
feel better.
It's good for mental health. And so me getting a pedi every 2 weeks is really important to me. And so I go every 2 weeks and get a pedi. Sometimes I even put a little bit of nail polish on my toenails.
A little bit of color.
A little bit of color, and that's what I want to do. It's usually black or white, something really plain, but I do it because who's looking at my feet but me? No one.
I mean, I'm not mad. I think self-care is absolutely wonderful. If you can afford it, go do it.
And I get a massage at least once a month, or I try to. And then I'm doing facials. I'm starting to do facials once a month too, because believe it or not, I'm 50. I know I look 25, but I'm 50.
Some facials.
So got to get more facials and got to make sure that we're doing that, self-care and going and to the spa and getting different types of facials. And I've tried many different types of facials.
As long as you're healthy with it, I see no problem with it whatsoever.
Yeah, I'm not doing plastic surgery. The other thing I do every 3 to 4 months is I'm doing some Botox injections in my forehead and around my eyes.
Mostly upkeep.
It's all preventative is all it is. And the thing is today when I went to get my laser, I did 2 different lasers, just in case you're curious to do these for yourself. First laser was called BBL, and that's getting rid of the veins that could be showing up in your skin or any hyperpigmentation.
I thought that was a Brazilian butt lift.
Well, that's another BBL's for, but this is a BBL laser. And so the first one gets rid of basically the veins and the hyperpigmentation. Then the second one is called Moxie, and that laser, you have to get numbed. Your face has to get numb for half an hour, this prescription cream, because if not, I think it would probably hurt too much. And you do that for about 20 minutes after your face numb. And that's really kind of rejuvenating your skin and bringing up new cells from your skin and stuff and making you look younger and better. So
and again, that's good for your mental health.
Yeah, it is.
It shows that you care about yourself.
Yeah, it does.
It shows a lot of good qualities. Now, there's some folks who cannot afford it. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. But you still could do skincare and...
You still could, yeah.
Take care of yourself. Hygiene's very important.
Yeah, I mean, take a shower every day, maybe.
Yeah,
or every other day. Yeah, with soap.
Very important.
And I think, when I was working for a dermatology company for about a year and a half, they would give us these gift certificates every year. And basically what we would do is you could go to a med spa and use them for like Botox type of treatments or lip fillers or whatever you wanted. So I did try to do lip fillers once, and it was so
I remember.
painful. Yeah. And whenever you come back, you look like a bee stung you in your lips.
While you were on a four-wheeler going 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, exactly. And it was very painful. It only takes about 15 minutes, but I said, I'll try it. It's for free. My company is paying for this. I was working for a dermatology skincare company. So everybody was like, yeah, go do it. Try it. Everybody else has tried it. So I kind of fell into that and tried it. And I
See,
like
that's the
it.
thing. If you try it, you don't like it, then you move on. Now, if you're doing it for the right reasons, it's good. When you're doing it for the wrong reasons, it's not good.
Well, I didn't love it. So I like the way it looked, but it hurts too much and I'm not going to do it. And it's like $600 every time you do it and it's like not worth it to me. So, so Mandy, whenever, I live in Boston and Dallas and New York and all those places, I think, I shouldn't say that. Whenever I first moved to New York many, many years ago, and I'm like, oh, I want a pedicure. I remember walking past like a nail salon thinking, oh, do I want to go in there? Because like, that's not a guy thing to do.
Mostly women.
Mostly women. I didn't feel comfortable with it. But I ended up finding a place in my neighborhood when I lived in New York, and I would go and get a pedicure. Never really got a manicure. I thought that was too girly at the time. But you want to have nice, clean, soft feet. So that's why I was doing it.
So see, isn't that kind of weird when you think about it? Like you want to go do something and make yourself feel better, but because of what everybody else feels in this world, it makes you feel uncomfortable to do something that makes you feel better for yourself.
And that's how it used to be. It used to make me feel uncomfortable. Even whenever I first moved to Boston, which was 7 years ago, we lived in a suburb of Boston. And I remember wanting to go to this little place. I don't even know why, because like Boston and Massachusetts is so liberal, but I'm like, oh, I want to get a pedicure. And I felt weird going in there the first time. After I went in there the first time, though, everything was fine. It was like, nobody cared.
Yeah, it's like once you make that first step, just like going to the gym. Sometimes exactly. You don't want to go to the gym because the way everybody is going to make you feel, but it's like, what do you care?
But the other interesting thing is that once I went in there, I started seeing all these other men coming in. They were coming in with their wives, or they were coming in with their boyfriends or their best friends.
You see dads doing it with daughters.
Exactly. Exactly. I seen dads doing it with daughters. And then I'm like, all right, well, it's okay. And then I'm like, well, you know what? I have all these. I want a manicure. So then I finally felt comfortable doing a manicure. So I think now I would not even think twice about it. Pretty much wherever I go, I wouldn't care because maybe I just don't give a shit anymore what people think, or I just think the world has changed.
I think the world's changed. I think people are just now embracing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Now people are not ashamed of going in there and getting their feet done.
And men should do that because
they should definitely. I encourage it.
Yes. And so when I asked the woman today that did my laser procedure on my face, I said, so do you have men coming in doing this? She goes, yeah, about 25% of people are men that are coming in. It's not just women doing this anymore. I said, what about facials? She says, probably it's more men are doing facials now too. And 25-30% of her clients are men that are coming in once a month to do a facial because they want to have good, clean skin and help with anti-aging. So
definitely.
I also think
nothing wrong with that.
I also think it's really important to know that skincare is just so important from a health reason also. So putting in the SPF and when you're going out in the sun and so I'm hoping that if I have straight men listeners or women that are married to a straight man, tell your husband it's okay. Or if you're a straight man listening, it's okay.
Go with them. Make it a couple's night thing.
Exactly. Go with them. Be a couple with it or go by yourself. Bring one of your friends with you.
Getting a little massage, a little pedicure.
Yeah, you don't have to get color or anything, but just go and get your feet
It's
cleaned
really a
up.
turn on for women, for men to want to take care of themselves.
Exactly. I agree. So that's my advice to our straight male listeners. Don't feel embarrassed. Go out, get a pedicure, get a facial once every 6 months.
Do the darn thing. If you don't like it, don't go back.
Exactly. And I think moisturizer is really important. You don't have to go off and spend $500 a month. You can go and spend $50 a month on a good skincare. Get a good
absolutely.
SPF.
Absolutely. My girlfriend Amanda at work tells my daughter all the time that's the best advice she ever got in life. Was her grandmother used to tell her, take care of your skin.
Yeah, exactly.
And I wish I would have instilled that in my child's mind.
Yeah, and when I remember my 30th birthday, I went to Sephora. I was living in New York City. I went to Sephora. And I just went in and just said, what do I need? I'm getting older. And ever since I was 30, so 20 years now, I've been using skincare religiously. And I love it. And I could spend thousands of dollars a month on stuff. And every time there's something new coming out, I always want to try it and do it.
And I love that. I love that you do that because I get the benefits of it as well.
Yeah, because you get the shit I don't like anymore.
But it's stuff that just because you don't like it don't mean I might not love it.
And then all the samples I get and stuff, and then I send them to you, or when we go on vacation.
I love it.
Yeah, and it works out for both of us. So, now, Mandy, let me ask you: do you think there's men that you work with, or your sons, would they go off and get a pedicure or get a facial?
I absolutely think my son Kyler would definitely do a pedicure, manicure, facial. He would do it all.
Okay.
My son Jason would be like, no to the no.
But why is that? He doesn't feel comfortable with it?
I don't know. I think it's just because that whole I'm a man. People just can't get away from feeling that way sometimes. I think they don't know how to separate the two.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think Anna, his little Jason's wife, would want him to do that though?
I think she would encourage. I think she would say, "Let's book it as a couple and do it together."
It's a good date idea.
It would be a wonderful date idea. Good birthday present, Valentine's present, whatever. Every girl loves it. Number one. And number two, for their loved one to go with them. That's kind of, I don't think guys think about that a lot, but it's really important.
And who doesn't love getting their feet massaged? I mean, it's amazing. I could sit there for hours.
Nobody that I know.
Exactly. And what do you think about people that you work with? Any guys that you work with that think would be into it, other than the gay ones?
I think so, but again, I don't know a lot of folks around here that would admit to it.
Okay.
Even if you were like, that's cool, I'm cool, I think it's great, I still don't think they would admit to it.
Yep.
Just because they've got that I'm a guy going hunting
that macho
complex.
Thing, not macho. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Well, hopefully times will change, and as these older people that have this mindset that this is something girly or gay or whatever, it will change over time with these new generations coming in, and hopefully every man will start taking care of themselves.
Amen. They're not going to walk out and their balls all of a sudden disappear. It ain't going to happen.
It's not, because they probably didn't have any anyway. If they don't want to do this. So, who knows? So, again, if you have a husband or a friend that gay or a straight man friend or husband or partner or whatever, tell him it's okay. Encourage him. Go get a pedicure. Take him with you.
Give them a gift certificate for their birthday to go get a pedicure.
Exactly. So we're not saying that he has to go and get plastic surgery and Botox every quarter, but start with a nice pedicure. Get a massage and a pedicure. It's so nice to go to a massage, put on a nice robe and slippers and just get pampered for the day. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
That way every single day.
It is amazing.
So I wanted to, before we end the episode, I wanted to give everybody an update. On our previous episode, we decided that we were going to look for Mandy a man online, because I've done this before, pretending I was her on a dating app. I'm not going to tell too much about it, but I will say I've had a couple of leads A couple of catfish.
I was going to say, we've had a catfish.
We had a catfish. He wanted to go from the app to texting to WhatsApp app. As soon as they said WhatsApp app, I'm like, bye.
We're not dumb.
Yeah. And there's been a couple of other guys that were too cute to be on any dating app one ghosted me. I mean, we talked for 45 minutes chatting. And let me tell you, thank God I am in a relationship, because if I had to go to these apps and do this for myself, it's exhausting.
It is exhausting. That's why I'm telling you, it's not that I'm busy. I don't got a life, but it's so tiring, especially when you invest so much time talking to somebody who's not even real.
Well, and then you talk to them, all of a sudden they're gone. They ghosted you. I'm just like, let me tell you, last weekend, I was sitting there, me and my husband, Andrew, were having dinner. And the guy that I was talking to for you, all of a sudden I went into the check to see what he said, and he was gone. I was so upset. I'm like, I just got ghosted. He goes, you didn't get ghosted. Mandy got ghosted. I said, no, but it was me talking to him, and I couldn't get over it for like an hour.
I'm just glad it's somebody else going through it and not me.
So I was very, very disappointed. But, we're going to keep trying. We're going to go through the next 4 to 6 weeks and you're going to meet somebody for our final episode about this.
Oh, yeah. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. Let's not spoil no more for the listeners. Just stay tuned.
Because we are going to find Mandy a husband.
It's going to happen.
It's definitely going to happen. I hope anyway. So I'm going to try.
We're putting it out in the universe.
We're putting it out in the universe. And again, if there are any straight men, let's say 45 to 57.
And don't forget, my mom got mad at you for not saying how beautiful I am and I have a good job. I'm independent.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Mandy's very beautiful. She's independent. She has a good job. She's a real catch. So
there, Paula.
There, Paula. There you go. So please take her for me. And
she's thinking the same thing. That's why she wants to make sure we put everything out there, because she's thinking the same thing. Yes. Please take her for us.
Just take her, because I need a break sometimes, and it would be great if I had somebody that would.
Tired.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna after this episode tonight, before I go to bed, I'll check the Hinge app. I'll see what new guys have come in. Like a few, talk to a few, and then we'll go.
Just let me know.
I'll let you know. One day I'm going to call you and say, you got to go to this restaurant at 5:30 and meet this guy for dinner. It's going to happen.
I'm down. You just let me know. I just need a little bit of advance.
Yeah, I'll give you 8 hours warning at least.
And I ain't chatting on no WhatsApp.
No, actually, I'm not even going to have them talk to you anymore. So I'm going to have to just meet you.
Okay,
we're going to sounds good. The whole chatting, texting thing. We're going to we're staying on the app and we'll meet. So
we're nipping that in the butt. Okay, sounds good.
I wanted to give a quick plug before we end this podcast to a company that I have loved for the last couple of years. The name of the company is Sports of Kings. They have really great t-shirts, and I have ordered from them for years, long sleeve t-shirts, short sleeve t-shirts, and they have these really cool designs. And so what I did is there was a short sleeve shirt that I loved, but living in Boston in the winter, I wanted it to be long sleeve, and they didn't offer it that way. I sent them an email. Hey, can you make this for me in long sleeve? And you know what? 2 weeks later in the mail, I got the shirt in the mail in my size, and it was so nice of them to send that to me.
That is awesome.
So Sports of Kings, their website is sokyf.com. Check them out. It's not super fancy, just kind of a small company in Southern California that does, I think, some cool shirts, t-shirts, and other clothes. I think they have both men and women. And so give them a check out. I told them I'd give them a plug because I thought it was really nice that they did that. So
that's very nice.
So thank you all for listening. I'm really happy about the amount of listeners. We hit 1,700 listeners this week. Yes. So I'm really happy. I have so many people listening to me.
That is exciting.
It's very exciting. I mean, it's not 1 million, which is really what I would like, but
baby steps.
baby steps. So, check out my website for all the latest episodes, everything and anything, podcast.com, on all your favorite podcast platforms. Sign up, subscribe, give me a good 5-star rating in all the apps, and we'll talk to you in a few weeks with Mandy.
Talk to y'all soon, everybody. Hope you guys all have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.